Hello everybody, it is Luke and Load from Panic Gaming here to do another League of Legends Wood 5 to Diamond series. Now it's been about 8 days since I've done one, and I've had more gameplay than even that. Before this episode I left you guys one-on-one on my promos to get into Silver 2, which I accidentally forgot to record on OBS that game, which is really unfortunate because it was a good game and we ended up winning. So we do get into Silver 2, which is awesome because our goal is obviously to get into Diamond eventually, but our goal for this season is probably more just so to get higher than we did last year, which was Gold 4, and I love it to get into Platinum. If you don't know anything about League, the way the system works is you get into Bronze, then Silver, then Gold, then Platinum, then Diamond, and then after that you get to kind of a Master Challenger tier, which is like the top, couple hundred to a couple thousand people in North America. So you can see in this game, I'm playing Yi Jungle. I've moved away from support. I was doing about a week and a half of just support games, and I kind of got tired of it, and I wanted to go back to top and jungle here, which I ended up doing, but at the same time I feel like I don't have a main champion anymore. Last season it was Mordekaiser top and mid, which was actually pretty good. He had a pretty terrible win rate and was pretty terrible champion, which means no one knew how to play against him, and I did a ton of damage and would surprise teams and just catch them off guard. But this year with the Rylai's nerfs and everything, I just feel like I couldn't do the same anymore and just kind of got bored of playing Mordekaiser. So I'm looking for a different main champion in this episode. That's kind of what we're discussing, and I tried Yi Jungle again, which I haven't done for a long time. It doesn't go too hot, but we actually end up winning the game because we scale it into the late game and it works out for us. So again, just trying out different champions. One of my main champions used to be Gnar, so why not try him again? He's fun. He's got, the carry potential because of mini Gnar and being a ranged kind of ADC almost. And then he also turns into Mega Gnar, which is a tank, which, your team needs a lot of the time in top lane, because often now I see a lot of carries in the jungle. You can see Jack's jungle this game. You see carry supports a lot right now with the, I almost want to call him Bard. What is his name? Brand. Why couldn't I think of his name? But we have a Brand support in this game. And so you can see, it looks like I'm doing really well in this game. To be honest, though, I'm 6-0, and really it's just because of their Singed. He's really dumb and terrible at Singed and just trying to be annoying as possible, but we don't let him, and I just completely stomp him, even though I don't feel like I even played that well. You can see I missed a lot of skill shots, missed a lot of opportunities where I had to flash in and take the kill instead of just hitting him with my boomerang or something like that. So we get a free win, but I still have this kind of unsettling feeling like, maybe Gnar isn't for me. So we're going to try him one more game, but I don't have time to show the whole game. But basically, you can see I'm getting just completely stomped. I was 2-10 in this video. Basically what happened this game was I didn't win lane. I got behind a little bit, and then I was trying to make plays where I would double bounce in and try to ultimate people against the wall and stuff, which felt fun, but I was always ahead of my team, getting caught out and dying instead of making good engagements, and so it was just rough. So we end up losing that game, and now I'm like, okay, well, maybe I should go back to Jax. Jax, what I like about Jax, and I haven't played him for a while, but what I did enjoy about him was the fact that you could lose lane, because I'm not the best at lane. You've watched me play again and again and make mistakes in lane and get behind. But the nice thing about Jax is you can lose lane and just totally get crapped on. I mean, it doesn't matter because he scales so hard in the late game. Basically what I mean by scaling, in case you don't know, is that there's champions that start the game and they are already really strong and really good, and then there's champions that over time get better and better. So the later the game goes on, the higher percent of a chance you have at winning that game. So of course, not playing Jax in a while, I was pretty terrible in the laning phase and 0-3, and this is super tilting play right here. Oh my goodness, I didn't use my Hextech Gunblade item on the Caitlyn because I wanted Miss Fortune to take the kill. Never gonna do that again. That is, oh man, that's just such a silver mistake right there to try to give your kill over to a teammate and then letting them get away. So that was super disappointing, and I'm 0-4 in this game with 2 assists, but oh, it felt so bad. So anyways, even though you do bad in the early game as Jax, I still have a lot of strength because of the fact that I scale up, and once I get an item or two, I'm pretty strong even if I'm behind. And you can see that we're starting to make plays. We're starting to make the comeback to where we actually have a chance in this game, even though I fed really hard. I do a lot of damage, and I'm starting to build tanky, so I'm going to be able to survive in this late game. So basically what I want to do is, instead of fighting a bunch, just go push lanes, and you can see that's what I'm doing. And as I push lanes, I'm coming back mid to try to make plays for my team, and for some reason Caitlyn just gets left all alone by herself. And if you're an ADC, you do not want to get left alone with a Jax. And from that, sorry guys, my throat is still a little bit sick from a couple weeks ago, but from that play, we were able to get an easy Baron. And once we get Baron, this game, I don't know, is not over necessarily, but if we make the right plays, then we're going to be able to win this game because we have Baron. We're going to outscale this team, and you can see that that's kind of what starts to happen. And you would think, though, as Jax, one of his biggest strengths is split pushing, which means you send the rest of your team down one side of the map, and I get to be on the opposite side of the map by myself, which creates a lot of pressure because as Jax, he's one of the best champions at 1v1. So, I wanted to do more of that and create a lot of pressure, but I didn't trust my team because they kept dying every time I tried to do that. So we just kind of group up in siege. Now I make a terrible engage because my E runs out, I don't get a stun, and they end up killing me straight away. But you know what? I'm so good that even when I make terrible plays, my team saves the day, gets the kills that we need, and wins the game for us. So actually, you know what? I'm not gonna lie, that was just a terrible play by me, but it actually ends up working out for us. So this next game, we are against a Riven, and again, the thing about Jax that I'm trying to learn is this laning phase. The late game, I'm not too terrible, and I feel like I've been able to pick that up, but what I lack in is my knowledge of how strong is Jax in the early part of the game. How strong is he in the mid game, and can I out duel this person now, or should I wait? And that's one of the things that you can see that I'm struggling with against Riven, because I often try to fight her and try to make plays against her, and I can give you a spoiler alert, it doesn't go too well. You can see I miss the stun, it times out, and she just absolutely wrecks me with her ultimate and her knock up. So one of the things though is when I keep playing Jax over and over again, if I do choose him as my main champion, which is what I feel like I'm starting to do, those mistakes and those plays that I'm making in the laning phase, those are going to go away slowly and slowly. Well, hopefully. You never know. I'm not the best mechanical 1v1 player. But, those things are going to start to go away, and which is going to make me have the early game even more, which means in the late game I'm going to be better and better. And you can see I keep making mistakes because I don't expect the damage from Riven. I don't expect to be bursted that quickly. And so instead of my team picking up a free kill, we actually trade 1-for-1. You can see I'm just doing terrible. 0-for-4. Guys, it feels bad, and it's kind of embarrassing to put these plays up, to be honest. But part of the series is that I want to get better. I want to show my mistakes so that you guys can learn and that I can learn. And, there's not a ton to say about these mistakes because they're just really, honestly, elementary mistakes of not knowing my champion and not knowing what to do. So, my recommendation for you guys and for myself, again, I've said this time and time again, is to find a champion that you like, to find a champion that you feel like you can get really good at, and just keep playing that champion over and over again. So a little bit of a spoiler alert, that's going to be Jax for me. That's what this series is probably going to start becoming, is Jax in the top lane, in the jungle. So hopefully you don't get too bored of Jax. He's not the most entertaining champion, but he's not he's not the most boring champion either. So hopefully we'll get some good play out of him and start to climb, because this is a Wood 5 to Diamond series. So if I'm going to be able to climb, it's going to be with the same champion. Now you can see that this is a mistake that we can talk about. My team starts the Baron because we see some of them in the bot lane, which isn't a bad idea, even though Brand is down in the bot lane. I don't know what he's doing as the support all the way down there by himself. But this is definitely a mistake because you can see, even though they didn't initially know we were doing it, they spotted us with the blue trinket. Then we kept doing the Baron, which is a bad idea. If they spot out your sneak attack on the Baron, just leave. And then Xerath starts ulting us and doing damage, so, you know, that should even be more of a hint for us to leave, but unfortunately we don't, and luckily I'm able to get some kills off of it, but we end up not getting Baron, and it wasn't the greatest play. Now, here you can see, as I was talking, I actually won a 1v1. How awesome is that? As I was saying, not that good at 1v1s, but I felt good about that one. I had to put that one on there. So even though I'm, again, 4-9, at some point, I'm going to outscale pretty much every top laner, and if I play it right, and if I get the right moves, if I get those moves like Jagger, then, you know, no one's going to be able to stop me, and I actually get the kill on Riven, which, of course, I just end up dying anyways. But, you know, it felt good not to completely get slaughtered. Now here, Xerath almost steals the Baron, but we kind of try to do another sneaky Baron, which actually works this time because we were able to burst it down quick enough. Now Lucian kind of gets caught out here, and we're not able to escape quick enough, which is unfortunate, but you can see that even though he's dead and Brand dies here, I'm split pushing top, I TP in mid, which is what I'm supposed to do. Unfortunately, I get there a little bit late, and my team is already kind of dead, but again, you can see the power of Jax, even with a terrible KDA, going in there late game, making some plays with Fizz. We actually get the triple kill, we actually get the ace, which feels amazing, and we're gonna get a W from this game. They are just, oh hey, there's my wife. Hi wife, she's hot. You can see they surrender though, and we get another W. Now, what I want to start doing, guys, is showing you a taste of maybe some live gameplay. And the purpose of this is I'm thinking about, since because not everyone knows about League of Legends, I'm thinking about doing commentary where it's not over the top of the gameplay, but just live commentary, and especially if I'm playing with friends. Right here, I'm with Booty Muncher, and yes, I know that's his name. Don't ask why. I don't know. But I want to start doing more live commentary just because I think more people will enjoy it. So tell me if I'm wrong and you like the kind of overdubbing that I'm doing now, and maybe I won't change it. But because people don't know League of Legends as much as some of you other guys do, I think I'm going to start doing some live gameplay like this. So check out this recording. I wanted to do more of it, but unfortunately the audio got messed up a little bit, so I'm not going to do it all. So here we go. Let me know what you think of this live portion.
Oh, man. Oh,
I'm dead. Oh my goodness, I almost one-shotted him. That was insane. Oh, come on, baby. Get the output. Yeah.
Dang.
Oh my gosh.
That's dumb.
Oh my gosh, the high right. High right. Well, now I can't use it because I can't even freaking say highlight right. Highlight reel, baby. That was sick. So obviously we end up winning that game, which actually propels us into our promos to get into Silver 1. Yes, we started this episode in Silver 3. We have a chance to get in Silver 1. Unfortunately though, I didn't get the gameplay recorded of the last episode, or the last game, which actually lost. So we're already 0-1 in our promos, which we have to win 2 out of 3 to do that. And you can see this game is not going well. I'm getting dumpstered on by this Yasuo and my boy, actually Tiny T, which if you watch any of our duo gameplay, I still have those. That's like one of the first videos of my channel, which I've kept up just as to honor kind of the first videos. Hey wifey again. But you can see he's playing in the mid lane, and we're both kind of doing poorly until he makes this great decision to TP top. We're able to get this turret, and basically throughout this game, my team keeps wanting to surrender. We're just really far behind, and it's really unfortunate that my team wants to surrender, which I don't want to do no matter how far behind, because I'm in my promos. If I lose this game, I'm still stuck into Silver 2. Oh, and this shut your eyes for this portion, because this is probably one of the most embarrassing clips I've put on there. I can't believe I got killed right there. You can see the look of amazement on my face. But anyways, we're doing pretty terrible this game. But you know, the one thing that me and Tiny T don't do is we don't quit early. Well, most of the time. And we know that Rise and Jax both outscale and do really well in the late game. So we're just like, okay, let's hold off. Let's hold off on surrendering. Let's just keep trying. Let's get back in this game. Let's just wait out as long as we can and stop them. And you can see that it's starting to work out because Yasuo is pushing top lane and we're starting to get kills. We're starting to get back in this game. And so we know that if we can just make this game, you know, 10 to 15 minutes longer, we're going to win this game. And, you know, even though you can see my team chooses and tries to start to surrender, we're like, no, let's not do that. And eventually, as you can see, I get stunned here, but the power of Jax is OP, even with this terrible flash. Watch this flash. I didn't even dodge the damage, but I stay alive and pick up even more kills, which is just really funny. It's funny to watch how bad some of my mechanics are, but I still outplay them somehow. So you can see this game is starting to get turned around, which is what we need to do. And honestly, all I'm trying to do is heal for my team. I'm getting tanky. I have lifesteal, so I'm like, okay, as long as I can kind of keep my backline alive, which unfortunately I'm not able to do because of this Yasuo. But the awesome thing is that this Fiddlesticks also gets pretty strong, and I'm able to go in there with him, get the ace, and look at that, a quadra kill for Lucanload. So things are starting to go well. I'm 13-5 now, even though I started out, what, 1-4? I mean, that's just insanity. That's what I'm talking about, the power of Jax in this late game. Oh, I can't even describe how good it feels. So you can see they're starting to make poor engagements. They're starting to make mistakes, and off of those mistakes, we are able to get the Elder Dragon while we kill Warwick from this Rise portal, and then we get the Baron. And after you get the Baron, in case you don't know, this gives you a stronger push in the game, which means your minions are buffed up. You're able to take towers, take objectives, and once we do that, you know, all we have to do is group up and dive them. And off of this, I think we pretty much end the game, which gives us 1-1 in our promo. So I'm not going to do this to you again, guys. This time, I'm going to give you guys the full scoop on what happens if we get into Silver 1. So let's go to this next game. Again, we're going to have Jax top. This is to get into Silver 1. Again, last year we ended in Gold 4, which is only 2 brackets up from Silver 1. So this is a big deal because if I get to Silver 1 in February, that's going to be almost back to where I was at the end of last year. Now, unfortunately, I forget to start recording the beginning of this game, but you can see it looks like I'm losing this laning phase, right? If you just saw the score, I'm 1-3-2, which means I've died 3 times. You know, I've gotten 1 kill and 2 assists, so it kind of evens out a little bit, but it looks like I'm really losing this game. But the thing is, I'm actually doing well at controlling the lane, controlling the minions, and so even though I'm not getting those kills that I want, I'm actually 2 levels above this Renekton. You can see that I'm able to kill him very easily and take his turret for free. So all I have to do is, you know, now that I've taken the top turret, is rotate mid. We take that turret off of diving them, and their team is in the top lane. Thresh makes this awesome hook. We kill the Nami, and now watch this play. This is awesome. We're just trying to escape right here. We're trying to back. We know that we're pretty low. Tiny T gets caught a little bit here, and Zilean flashes out. Watch this though. This is awesome. The Thresh hook behind the wall, the bombs, and just jumping out. We escape with another kill. How awesome was that play? That was. I mean, we were just cracking up. You can hear us in the background there. So, you know, the team we have, we're actually ahead, which is awesome because, you know, again, we have Jax. We're going to scale out late game. So if we can just keep pushing these side lanes is what I'm trying to do in split push. And they send 2 people for me. So you can see that I actually die here, and which is kind of dumb. I jumped into Lucius' ult movement, so maybe I shouldn't have died. But basically what I tell to my team is, if they send people after me, go after the Baron, which is what they do. So they send 2 people down bot lane. That means my team's going to have an advantage at the Baron, which they end up getting, luckily, because Diana was their jungle and was dead, so we get the smite. Unfortunately, though, my team dies, but I respawn just in time to kind of pick up some of these kills. So the play actually works out. So if you're wondering what to do in the top lane and you're playing a split pusher like Jax, well, split push bot and send your team, tell them, you know, go to Baron, go to top lane, push some of these herds. If they're around an objective and they send people to fight you, it means that your team is probably going to win. Now, this is kind of the deciding factor of the game. We've actually made some throws at this point. So this team fight is huge. It's, you know, very important that we win this team fight. Whoever wins this team fight basically is going to win the game. So I make an engage with the stun, and then I'm like, okay, where's Lucian? Where's Lucian? If I can kill their highest damage priority, then that means we're going to win this team fight. So I jump onto Lucian. You can see, I know on my face that I did a good job there, I think. And we end up winning the game off of that. So listen to my excitement. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Mr. Silver 1.